Chosen ones, how you doing? This is Kofi Baraka, and this is episode 3 of Kofi Baraka's World. And right now, today, we're going to talk about fasting. It's definitely a season for fasting. If you don't know what fasting is, just like in the Bible, it's with you withstand from food for a period of time. So the title of this show is called Fasting is Everlasting. All right, so we're going to start with an opening prayer real quick, all right? God, thank you for this time. Thank you for all the blessings you have given us. Thank you for the shoes in our feet, the clothes in our back, the food you provide for us. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for just allowing us just to be, and just thank you for this time and this opportunity. We love you with all hearts and might. Amen. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right, nice, good prayer. So we're talking about fasting today. So when you actually fast, it brings you closer to God. And it's not even that long, you know. In some cases, you could feel God's presence like by the 48th hour, you know. And it basically shoots up your vibration, you know what I mean, to another stratosphere. Cleans your gut, eradicates all the mucous membrane, and it also pushes out the old dead cells that's in your body that might have been in your body for years on end. So that's also a good thing. And at the same time, while pushing up the dead cells, simultaneously, it restructures your cells. And if you're black, it kind of gives you like superpowers to a certain degree, you know what I mean? Another good thing I like about fasting is you save a lot of money, and you can invest that money into different ventures and things of that sort. Also during this time too, a lot of miraculous things starts to occur, which is really cool. I remember the first time I fasted, I was 25 years old. I got like $100 I saw on the ground, $100 bill, which is rare. Years later, I fasted. It was on a Sunday. It was like my 6th day of fasting, and I went to my mailbox, and you know, mail carriers don't really deliver on Sunday, and I had an $800 check from my job mailed to me, and I just left the job, and the numbers was off, but it wasn't off for me when I went to that, I went to that check cashing spot. So it was great time, and God's time is always the best time. So that's another good thing about fasting. Also, one thing you gotta really see to believe is a lot of evil people that's in your life, or people that's not supposed to be in your life, they start to eradicate, they start to leave, or they start to show their true colors. And that's a good thing, because you want your circle small anyway. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't need a lot of people in your life. So, that's a great thing. And the reason being is while you're fasting, I mean, basically you go into a different dimension, and a lot of people can't go with you. It's like the promised land. It's just like you might be in the woods for a couple of years, but until those walls of Jericho fall down, people don't even realize some Hebrews, they still had to wait while other Hebrews was in Israel. They still had to wait a couple of days, a couple of weeks, because God didn't appoint them or anoint them to go, across those crash walls. So just realize when you're fasting, family members might drop out of your life, friends might drop out of your life, even people you work with, they might drop out of your life. So that's a good thing. And like it said in the good book, they said Jesus, he fasted. And, being a son of a minister, I know in terms of Yahi or Jesus that when he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights and he beat out the devil, that's when you start seeing the real miracles in terms of turning water into wine, and also when he fed 5,000 people with the loaves and with the fish, when he walked on water. And Jesus was black, so he probably just didn't walk on water. He probably was doing the moonwalk. You know what I mean? He probably was doing the stinky leg. He was probably just showing off. He was like, Thomas, you can't do this shit. No, I'm joking. But nah, most of his miracles came after the fasting. That's a fact. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Also healed the blind man, etc., etc. And it's a lot of celebrities that fast, especially like on the regular. I was watching a documentary on ESPN that was talking about the Houston Rockets when they won back-to-back championships. Hakeem Olajuwon, during that time, I think it was like I might be saying it wrong, but the Ramadan, and he was fasting, and this dude was punk faking like a motherfucker, man. He had Shaq out his goddamn sneakers. You know what I mean? That was young Shaq, and I love Shaq, but Hakeem Olajuwon was killing that motherfucker. Remember, he used to go like, he used to kill it. So you had Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream. He was fasting during this time, and even with modern day basketball players, Kyrie Irving, I believe he's Muslim. He fasts all the time. One time he fasted, and I saw him score like 32 points, and I barely saw him drink Gatorade or water. So, and that's when they had the big three with Harden and with KD. So he fasts, and he has some of the best ideas in terms of mentality. He has one of the best ideal mentalities in terms of, if I was a basketball player, I fucks with Kyrie Irving. Also, Malcolm X used to fast a lot too. Yes, one of my heroes, Malcolm X, used to fast all the time. During his autopsy, the doctors would tell you his gut as well as his intestines was somewhat identical to a child, meaning that he was extremely healthy. So Malcolm X used to also practice not only fasting, but intermittent fasting. I think he only ate like once a day. You know what I mean? This dude, you gotta think, when Malcolm X would be like in 100-degree weather doing his speech, you never saw this dude sweat. Like, give me a picture or film of Malcolm X sweating. You know what I mean? So also we got we got the Queen Azinga. Queen Azinga, she practiced fasting too, as well as Shaka Zulu. He practiced, and his army, the Zulu tribe, they practiced fasting at times too, even during warfare. Sometimes they would eat fire in the morning time. I'm not making this up. They would eat fire in the morning time, yo. That's a breakfast right there. So talking about hot breath. So so those are like some people, some of our heroes and sheroes who practice fasting during history. And it's a lot of fasting. You can different types. You got water fast, you got a juice fast. I preferably like water fasting. You got dry fasting, that's pretty arduous. And also you got the fruit fast, which a lot of people do. That's very popular. You know what I mean? But basically, when you're fasting, you're giving your body a break. Even your anatomy needs a vacation. Even your body needs to go to Sandals, Jamaica. You know what I mean? So that's just, a couple of things about fasting, especially during this time. This is definitely the fasting season. We gotta fast, especially if you want that new car, you want money, you want new direction in life. You might want to start a business. You might want to start a really good job, even though I don't really believe in 9-to-5s. But if you want to do that just to get out the matrix, fasting is the thing. You want to clear your skin up. You want your hair to grow. If you're going through alopecia, fasting is really good. It's not going to happen overnight. It's like a pumpkin. It takes 7 years for a pumpkin to really mature, go through maturation. It's the same with fasting. I'm 37 years old. I've been practicing fasting, I want to say, for the past like 12 years. And you only get better. Like, I'm gonna give you a fair warning. It hurts at first, but once your body gets used to it, bada bing, bada boom, it's easy. It's easy like greasy. So it's just like, it's one of the good things to do, especially if you of African descent, or you are black, or you're a part of the Naki. You got to start fasting, man. That's the key. If you want, you can start with the fruit, kind of, maybe, later on do a little intermittent fasting. Personally, me, I eat, or I have 1 meal a day. Kind of took me like 2 days. I was on that Dr. Sebi diet, and it kind of, evolved me to, eating once a day. And, it's a good trade-off. You know, I remember when I was growing up as a kid, we used to eat meat, McDonald's, eat 3-4 times a day, just breaking down our body. I remember I used to catch colds. I used to, like 365 days in a year. Well, that's what they say, 365 days in a year, but I used to have like maybe like 100 colds in a year. You know what I'm talking about. I'm from up North Jersey too, so everybody was sick like a motherfucker. So we gotta start fasting. You know what I mean? It's really important because it is everlasting. And as always, I want you to like my videos. If you got the chance, if you like my videos, you can see all my other content. I'm gonna have some really good, juicy stuff, you know what I mean, during this year. You know, I'm not playing. And also, you can subscribe to my channel. Like I said, for more good, intellectual, safe content. And as always, my name is Kofi Baraka. This is Kofi Baraka'sWorld. Peace and blessings.